Hello everyone, welcome back to the video. And in today's video we are going to see another problem which is based on arrays. And let's see the problem now. So the problem is check if an array is sorted. So basically we are given an array and we have to check if it is sorted or not. We have to write the code for it. So let's start with the problem. Initially I would suggest you to pause the video and try to think of the solution or code or function on your own, and if you didn't get the solution you can continue watching the video for the solution. So there are basically two approaches that we are going to see. First one is the big O of n square approach and the second one is big O of n approach. So let's see the naive approach first, which is big O of n square. So before moving with the approaches, let's understand what is the problem and what we have to find, and that what is the output that we have to get. So first of all, in the example 1 you can see that there is an array given which has 7, 9 and 12 elements, 7, 9 and 12 in it. Now we have to say that whether this array is sorted or not. So when we say sorted, in this question, sorted means sorted in increasing order, or you can also say in ascending order. We don't have to consider decreasing or descending orders, descendingly sorted array. We don't have to consider it. We just have to consider the array which is sorted in increasing order. So we can see that this array 7, 9, 12 is sorted in increasing order. So we can output yes, which means that yes, it is sorted. Or you can also output true, 1, whatever, like you have to return a boolean value, you can say. Let's see the next example. In the next example we are given an array with only one element. So basically we are given a single element. So what we will do, if there is a single element, there is nothing to compare, we will consider it as sorted only. So that's why we have written yes. Let's see the next example now. There are 4 elements in the array, 5, 3, 12 and 15. We can see that at first position only, if you will see, 5 is greater than 3, which means that this is not sorted. So we will output no. So let's now see the approaches. First of all, the big O of n square approach. So basically what we will do in this approach is we will run 2 loops and we will find if the array is sorted or not. So first of all, let's see what we will do. We will run one loop which will run from int I equals 0 to I is less than n, I plus plus. Then another loop will be there, j equals to. Now what we are doing is, first if our I value is here, then we are comparing this value with rest all the other elements ahead of it in the array, which means that 15 will be compared with 12 and 13, and when we will come to 12 will be compared with 13, and suppose if there are more elements, 13 will be compared with the next elements in the array, not the previous ones. So that's why we will take j as I plus 1 and j is less than n and j plus plus. Now what is the comparison that we have to do? If array of j is less than array of I, which means that suppose our j will be this and I will be this. If 12 is less than 15, which means that this array is not sorted, because at the first position a number is there which is greater than the second number. So that's why if this case is there, then we will simply return false, which means that this array is not sorted. And if the entire loop runs and when we will come out without returning false, in that case we will return true. Let's see that example also. Suppose let's take an example array 10, 20, 30 and 40. In this case we have 4 elements in the array. Now we are going to check with 10. 10 will be compared with 20. So array of j will be 20 is less than 10. This is false, so we will not go into this if condition. Again we will compare 10 with 30. 30 is not less than 10. Again we will not go into the false condition. 40 is less than 10, false. Then we will simply move to the next element, that is 20. 20 will be compared with 30 and 40. 30 is not less than 20 and 40 is also not less than 20. So again we will not enter this if condition. Similarly, when we will move to 30, we will compare it with 40. 40 is not less than 30. So simply we will move ahead, and then when we come out of this for loop, we will simply return true, and this means that we have never found a condition in which the larger element is ahead of the smaller element. So this means that the array is sorted. So this is the main concept behind the big O of n square approach. And why big O of n square and not theta of n square? Because in the best case we can see that there can be a case like this one only. Suppose in this case, if we are checking, when we will check 15 with 12, in the first iteration only we will get false. That is 12 is less than 15. Yes, so it will return false in the first iteration only. So it will be considered as big O of 1 approach. So sorry, big O of 1 time complexity in this case. So best, we are not going to look the best case in this case. We are going to see the worst case complexity, which is big O of n square. So this was big O of n square approach. Moving on to the next approach, which is big O of n. In big O of n approach, what we will do is we will try to run the loops only once, and we will try to find whether the array is sorted or not. So in this case, what we will do is simply, suppose we have 10. Suppose let's take this example 20, 30 and 40. So when what we will do is we will check this 10 with the next element in the array. That is, if it is less than if it is greater than the next element, then we will simply return false. So in this case 10 is not less than 20, so we will move ahead. We will now check for 20. 20 is not less than greater than 30, so we will simply move ahead. 30 is not greater than 40, we will simply move ahead, and when we will reach the end of the array, we will simply return true, which means that this array is sorted. Let's see an example where the array is not sorted. Suppose this one. So in this case, when we will check 15 with 12, so 15 is greater than 12, so this means that we get the false value. So we will simply return false, which means that array is not sorted. Let's see how we will write the code for it. Simply we will run the loop once for int I equals to 0 till I is less than n minus 1, I plus plus. Now why I is less than n minus 1? Suppose let me increase the elements in this array. Suppose we have 2 more elements for simplicity. So suppose we are going to check for 10, we are going to compare 10 with the next oncoming element, then 20 with the next element, 50 with 40 and 40 with 30. But we will not compare 30 with anyone since it is the last element. That is why we will keep the loop condition till n minus 1, that is till 40 only. Now what is the if condition that we have to write is, if array of I is greater than array of I plus 1, which means that if 10 is greater than 20, then in that case what we have to return? False. Then in that case we have to return false, which means that the array is not sorted. And if the entire loop runs and we never hit the false condition, then at last we will return true, which means that array is sorted. So first time when it will run, it will compare 10 with 20. So 10 is greater than 20, false, this condition is false, so we will not enter this if condition. 20 is greater than 50, again we will not enter the false condition. 50 is greater than 40, yes, this condition is true, and we will enter in this if condition and we will simply return false. So which means that the example array that we have taken, that which is this 10, 20, 50, 40, 30, this is an unsorted or this is not sorted. So in this way we will write the big O of n approach, in which we are using only a single array, only a single loop for traversing. Now let's see the code. So basically this is the code which I have written. Simply this is the optimized code, big O of n code, where only a single loop is run. Sorry, this is big O of n square code where two loops are there from I equals to 0 to n and j is equals to I plus 1 to n, and the same conditions we have written over here. Let's try running this code. So this returns 1, which means that our array is sorted. The 1 means true. So what is our array? In this case, array is 15, which means that only a single element is there. So in this case, we have seen an example where a single element will be considered as sorted in itself. Let's take an example where array is not sorted. So in this case, it should give us 0, which means that the array is not sorted. So we have got the output as 0. So now let's see the code for optimized approach or efficient approach. So in this case, we are only taking one for loop which is running from I equals to 0 to n minus 1 and simply comparing the array elements, and if the condition is true, which is array of I is greater than array of I plus 1, we will simply return false. If not, we will simply return true at the end. And in this case, let's see what is the output that we are getting. We are getting 1, which means that we have the array as 10, 20 and 50. This is sorted, so we have got the value as 1. So that's all for this video. In this video, we have seen another array question in which we have seen how can we write the code for the problem check if an array is sorted. To see more such videos, you can check the playlist section of my channel, where different videos related to different topics are covered. So thank you.